Hello, Brent Farris here. I'm back from a long hiatus, and I'm here to go over custom meshes. I remember I was going to tell you guys how to import your own custom mesh, and I never got to it. So I started off a new fresh thing. I set up my NI files and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a file. You could probably work off the old project if you still have it around. If not, you may have to review the previous videos to create another project if you've forgotten. So I'm going to create an UnrealScript file, and I'm going to call it Crazy Mess. Mesh, not mess. Then I'll add it and start up our project. I hope these colors are visible, otherwise I'm probably going to have to redo this. So up here at the top, there's Object. I want to replace that with Actor. And we want to create a light like we did last time in the default properties for our custom mesh. So we want to do a begin object. Dynamic. Dynamic. Oh, sorry. Forgot to put my class. Dynamic light environment. I can spell it. I spelled it all wrong. Component. There we go. Turns blue. Blue is good. I'm just gonna give it a name of my light environment once again, and then I'll go ahead and do the end object. Now we have to set our light environment. Environment. Did I spell that right? I think so. It's equal to my light. Let's just copy it. Is equal to my light environment. Now we just need to do component. I'm a terrible speller, but COMPON component ENTS 0 is equal to my light environment. Let's paste that down there. Oop. And I guess we'll squish the equal signs because that's kind of how they do it in Unreal. So we have our light, and now that we have our light, we need a mesh. So I'm going to jump over into modeling package real quick. So here we are in this completely unknown modeling package, but we'll just create something a little bit unique. There we go. I think that's goofy enough looking. And I will just go ahead and export this guy. I'll just export him as Crazy Mesh to my desktop as an FBX file. So now this Crazy Mesh is on my desktop. So I've jumped back in the editor, and I need to go ahead and import my mesh. So I'm just going to go to import. I'm going to find it on my desktop. Open it. My package name is going to be called Farris package because I'm unoriginal. I'm going to call this meshes group. Name Crazy Mesh. Good enough. I'll hit OK. Blah blah blah. FBX. Just hit OK. Go through OK. And there we go. I'm going to right click on this package and I'm going to say save. And I'm going to have to save the package somewhere. So inside of the content folder, I'm just going to create another folder called packages. And I'm going to save it in there. So there we go. We have our package wherever it hid at. Just a second, I will fly through time to find it, or I can just type in the search bar, of course. So here's my mesh. You can see it here. It's kind of tiny, as you know. Unreal works in units and everything, but its scale doesn't matter. We're just trying to get this thing into the editor through code. So I'm going to delete that guy. I don't need him anymore. And I'm going to reopen up the content browser. Now here's the magic behind how to do it in code. So if you're doing anything in code, whether it's a texture image or a model or sound or anything, after you import it and save it into a package inside of the editor, find it, right click on it, and then there will be this line that says copy full name to clipboard. just click that guy, and you can now close out of your editor. Don't need to save. And inside of here, I'm just going to put a comment and then paste it so I don't lose it. So it's down here. You'll see that it says static mesh, your package name, your group name, and then the name of the file itself. So let's continue on. If you recall last time, this is where we created our static mesh component. So if we go to begin, object, and then we say class is equal to static mesh component, like I spelled it that time. Name will be equal to crazy mesh. I'm going to put my end block here. End object. Jump inside. I'm going to set my light environment to my light environment. So I can just copy and paste this line. And now I need to set my mesh component. So I say static mesh is equal to, then I can copy everything that I put here and paste it up there. And now we have our static mesh applied to our object. So don't forget to add your components. So component, let's just copy because I'm terrible at, I'm terrible at typing here. Components 1 is equal to crazy, actually we named our class crazy mesh, so let's just call this crazy mesh underscore mesh. Crazy mesh mesh. And let's paste that into our components. And I forgot what this one was called. Show, display mesh, I think it was. And we're going to set that to true. So we're going to make sure that we display the mesh as well. Wait, this is not a boolean, I'm thinking of something else. This is a mesh, so I need to add crazy mesh to it. So display mesh is crazy mesh mesh. So if all goes well, I can just go ahead and save here. I can build. I press Control-Shift-B to bring up this builder. And you can see that I have a success. So now I can reopen up UDK after I compile. So back here in UDK, I can go to actor classes, take off show categories. You know what? We have to close out of the editor. I'm sorry. And underneath actor here, we have to make sure we make it placeable. If you recall, you're probably screaming that. Now I have to recompile, so give me a second. Alright, I'm back in the editor, so I'm going to turn off show categories, and you'll see crazy meshes right here. So I will click it first, and then click and drag it into the scene. You can see our meshes there, or I could just click it here, and then right click in the scene, and I think it's, I hardly ever use this, add crazy mesh here. There you go. So now we are rendering our own mesh on our actor, and we can program it to do whatever you want inside of there. So that's how you get a custom mesh in, and that's how you call it. So a quick recap: it is extremely important inside of your package to remember copy full name to clipboard, because you're going to use that a million times whenever you're wanting to get content through code. And just to reiterate, after you copy the full name to clipboard, when you go to assign your static mesh, say static mesh is equal to, and then paste in your copied code. And that's how you do it. That's how you get your own custom mesh in. Yours probably will look a lot better than mine did, but I hope this gets you a head start. So give me your feedback, comments, questions. Let me know what you want to see next. So until next time, ta-ta.